Let's fucking go, dude. It's time for movement. It's time for us to move. We move. We get big moving. Look at puppies. Alrighty. So this is the part of the stream where, if you've never done this before with us, we do a short little workout. This is my invitation for anybody who wants a little bit more movement in their day to do a little bit more movement. These workouts are designed to be beginner friendly. A lot of the moves are somewhere between beginner and intermediate. And what I like to do is offer modifications where you can kind of take what might be that intermediate movement and wind it down to a beginner level if you're sort of just getting back into moving your body around. We do this in sort of 3 parts. There's going to be a breathing exercise that we do. That's just to help kind of ground us in our bodies, make sure that we're becoming aware of all of the sort of bodily signals that we're getting that we may be ignoring throughout the day. And then stretching. So this is an opportunity to just loosen up a little bit of our body, get ourselves a little bit protected for the movement that we're going to be doing. Do a little bit of that practicing of listening to our bodies, make sure that we're not overstretching, overstraining different parts of our body. We don't want to get injured at all. One of the reasons our little mascot for this section is a turtle is a reminder to move slow, particularly when we are working on increasing our mobility, improving our mobility, improving our strength. It's really important that we don't try to launch all the way up to, weightlifter status or something like that, because that's a recipe for injury. So as our IRL friend and also friend in the channel now, Cole, likes to say, we should do 66% of what we think we're capable of. 2/3. That's a good way to make sure that we kind of keep ourselves in a healthy and safe range. So I encourage that. And then we have our actual kind of calisthenic movements that we'll do. There's always 3 exercises that we do. 2 have repetitions to them, and 1 of them is a hold. And we do those 3 times over. Before we jump into those movements, I will demonstrate those, just so that I'm not trying to give you notes on kind of what you're doing in that shape while also counting through them. And then we take 30-second breaks in between our 3 cycles. The cycles of active movement really only cover about 9 to 10 minutes. So that is hopefully something that feels manageable, even if we're not in sort of a big workout practice already. So with that, I'll move us over to the other camera and I will start us in on our breathing exercise. Last note is I'm not a workout professional and none of this is like formally advice. It's a participate at your own risk if you are doing so. There we go. I will say I haven't figured out the mic stuff exactly, so I'll probably sound like I'm like on a stage trying to project my voice a little bit. Thank you guys for continuing to bear with that. I will probably turn our music down a little bit just so I don't have to fight it quite as much. And let's get on over there. Hold on, I have a chord debacle that I need to untootle. Poor debacle untootled. Okay. I moved us over to something a little bit less hyperactive. No, it's not puppy time. Okay. Let's back a little bit more, it's probably right. Okay. So we'll start out with our breathing exercise. For this, our typical thing that we do here, and we'll stick with it for today, is called box breathing. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 3 seconds. We're going to hold for 3 seconds. We're going to exhale for 3 seconds, and then we're going to hold out for 3 seconds. Again, the idea here is going to be just that we're checking in with our bodies, with the different sensations that we're getting. Instead of just being trapped up here, we're going to be trying to listen to our bodies. So maybe we start with our head and just kind of move our way down and ask, how does this feel today? Does it feel like it normally does? Is something going kind of wrong with it? Does it feel great? These are all options to explore. None of them are wrong. It just is where we are today. We have to be comfortable with the idea of living with, loving with, and experiencing things with the bodies we have today. So with that, we'll go ahead and start our breaths. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3. Holding for 1, 2, 3. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3. Holding out for 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Hold out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold in for 1, 2, 3. Breathe out for 1, 2, 3. Hold out. 1, 2, 3. All right, very good. So today is going to be our arm day. So our stretches are going to focus a little bit more on our arms and our upper body. So this is probably the stretch we do most often. We start almost every stretching with this. We're just taking our arms and we're sort of swinging back and forth, allowing our torso to come around, allowing our spine to be waking up a little bit. We'll do this maybe 3 more times. All right, very good. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to practice what's called eagle arms. So in yoga, there's a full eagle position that involves the legs and the arms. We're going to go ahead and do that with just the arms. So we can start with our arms or our hands in kind of a namaste position. And then what we'll do is we'll swing the right arm under the left arm. So our elbows are kind of locking together. And then we'll swing our forearms back around each other. And we'll hold and we'll do a couple deep breaths just like this. Now this might already be a nice stretch for the shoulders, and this might be enough. But what else we can do is we can kind of pull to one side, start to feel a stretch through here. And one thing I really like to do is use the breath to sort of work deeper into stretches. So if I hold my body exactly where it is, and I breathe in real deep, what I may start to feel is a even more stretch occurring around this part of the body. And we'll go to the other side. All right, let's go ahead and do the same stretch, but arms sort of wrapping around the other way. So in this case, left arm under right. And again, feeling how with our inhales, we may be starting to feel those muscles of the shoulder start to stretch a little bit more. 1 second, I'm going to turn off the auto tracking here. Okay. All right. Let's see. The last thing that we'll do is sort of windmills with our arms. So let's take our right arm, do some rotations backwards. We'll go about 5 rotations there. And we want to do what just feels like a light stretch, and we'll go forward as well. We don't need to be straining the joint as we do this. We're just sort of opening up these muscles. Now left arm for 5 rotations back. And we'll go left arm 5 rotations forward. 4 and 5. Okay, so now we are moving into the actual calisthenic movement of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate our 3 exercises, which we will be doing 3 times over. Okay, so we're going to start out, and I will say some of these are on the floor, so if you don't have a soft floor, we might want to be grabbing a towel or a blanket, something to put under our knees if you don't have a mat. We're going to be doing knee push-ups. So there, we'll be on our knees, and we sort of take the typical push-up position. And then from here, we just go through a standard kind of push-up motion. So we'll go down, chest almost to the floor. We don't really want to put it on the floor because we don't want to be resting in this position. We do want the muscles to sort of be engaged. And then we come up. So the interesting thing that I've noticed about this is that it works very similar muscles to a regular push-up, but it does seem to sort of activate things a little differently. So I think it's a little bit of an interesting exercise to throw in every so often, because you are kind of targeting slightly different muscles than a regular push-up. Also a great way to build up to a push-up. Push-ups are by no means like an easy thing to start with. So also a great way to modify if you're trying to do push-ups and you're just not quite there yet. If even this is a little bit too difficult, I will invite you to sort of find a wall that's near you and maybe put your feet, start with them maybe 1.5 feet or 2 feet away, and just work on doing the push-up motions against the wall. These are great ways to build up the muscle that we need to do to actually sort of work into the classic push-up, right? With wall push-ups as well, if we're looking for a little bit more, we can always just move our feet further from the wall and we'll be getting more activation. So that's our knee push-up. with our wall modification if we want to take that. And then we're gonna do something that really sort of activates the shoulders and the upper back. We're gonna do very slow movements between downward facing dog and our plank pose. So this we might think of as the classic push-up position. And what I'll encourage here is as we move into the plank position, we see if we can move some of our body weight more further forward over our hands. What this is going to do is it's just going to activate a little bit more of the muscles up here in the shoulder. We're just going to get a different activation from that. And then we just push right on back to our downward facing dog. We're going to do that 5 times. Very slow, very controlled, seeing how much we can tip forward over our hands. Again, we don't want to be pushing ourselves too far. We're just kind of exploring our muscles. And then we push on back. Our last one, which is going to be our hold. And our holds we do for 30 seconds. It's going to be this crab position. So we'll come down onto our butts and with our hands behind us, we'll just go ahead and push up our waist, push our hips up until we're kind of forming a table here. If we can't make it 30 seconds, that's a-okay. 30 seconds are long holds. This is really for those of us who are trying to move into the more kind of intermediate exercise. So feel free to take breaks every 10 seconds. Maybe you come down for 2 seconds, and then you see if you feel comfortable going back up. All right, so those are our 3 exercises for the day. With that, I won't have us dally anymore. We're gonna do 10 of the knee push-ups, 5 of those downward facing dog to planks, and then we'll come into that crab pose. So let's start it off. Down into our push-up, and 1. Slow and controlled, both up and down, 2. 3. 4. See if you're comfortable with doing a little hold at the bottom, 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Very good. Now we'll come up into that downward facing dog, and we'll begin those movements over into plank. Very slow, very controlled. Down here, we'll see if we can push forward a little bit, and we'll come back. That's 1. Again, we push forward into that plank. See if we can move a little forward. Come back. Move back to downward facing dog. That's 2. Again, we move forward and push back. That's 3. Pushing forward into plank. We should feel this in our core as well. And back. That's 4. Last one. Pushing forward into our plank. Seeing how far forward we feel comfortable with. And push back. That's 5. I do like to throw in one exercise that's kind of a full body thing. Okay, now for our hold, 30 seconds, and we can break it up if we need to, and go. This is a great time to check in with our breath when we're in these holds. It can sometimes feel almost impossible to make it the duration of the hold. But when we start taking control of our breath, breathing slowly, it helps remind our mind that it's okay. It's okay that our bodies are straining a little bit. That's something they're designed to do. We don't want to take it too far, but they are capable of it. Okay, and that is 30 seconds. We're gonna take a 30-second break before we begin that next, the next round of these. So maybe right now we're just resting in a seated position, taking stock of our breath again. If it has been sort of spiked by the activity we've been doing, this is a great time just to bring that back under control. Okay, that's our 30 seconds. Back into our knee push-ups. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work. Okay. We move ourselves up into that downward facing dog. And if we're starting to tire out at any point, this is a great place to come and still feel some activation. So that's always an option. Okay, we roll forward into our plank position. And back. And forward. And back, that's 2. Forward. And back, that's 3. We're about halfway through all of our exercise at this point. Forward. And back, that's 4. And forward. And back, that's 5. All right, we come down. We get into that crab position, and we have a 30-second hold. And up. That is 10 seconds. Remembering to rest if we need to, that's always available. That's 20 seconds. If you're almost there and you want a little encouragement, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. Great job. We have one more round of these exercises, but we'll take that 30-second break. See if we can bring our breath back under control. And about 10 seconds left. Maybe we're getting into that knee push-up position. All right, last round, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. All right. We'll move ourselves into our downward dog position. Our butt high to the sky. And slowly moving forward into plank. See if we can drift forward a little bit. And back into downward facing dog. Forward into plank. Back into downward facing dog. 3 more. Forward. Hanging out. And back. That's 3. Forward. We're almost there, and back. That's 4. Last time, we go forward. And back. That's 5. Great work. We just have 30 seconds of a hold left to do. So we get into that crab position. And up. We are about 10 seconds in. Remembering to take control of our breath, knowing that we can use that as a tool. Finding strength in our breath. We have 10 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good work. The arms and the shoulders, I feel like, can be some of the hardest things to actually get in there and work. Our arms and our shoulders are maybe some of the areas that can go most neglected. Our legs, our butts, our core. We have to use all of those things when we're walking around, when we're sitting up, sitting down. So it can feel like a lot of work to get in there and start to wake up those muscles if it's been a while since we've really consciously done that. So thank you guys for participating today. I know when we give love to our bodies love us back. So with that, let's go back over to our other screen. Hey, Sock now, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We are just wrapping up our movement section. And we are about to go into some community games. All right. Heck yeah, yoga enjoyers. Yoga is one of my absolutely favorite activities. So I'm not quite doing yoga on stream yet. I think soon though. I think maybe even next week we'll try to throw in like a little yoga proper session. So if anybody else is yoga enjoyer, hopefully we can have you for that. Yo, Cloud Mixer! Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. How's your day? How's your week? Yoga with some Vedas would be amazing. What are Vedas again? The term is so familiar. Oh, okay. Okay. The Vedas are ancient Sanskrit texts of Hinduism. That would be kind of cool. I have to say I'm like very unfamiliar with the Vedas, so I feel like I would maybe not be the person to try to take that on, because I would probably be doing a lot of misinterpretation. A thumbs up, says Cloud Mixer. It was not bad. Thanks for asking. Hope yours is great. Yeah, I've had a good day. I've had a good day. On stream days, it's really just like I sort of wake up and then I do some walking. Walking is like a big part of my exercise. Hung out with the dogs for a little bit. Did some eating, and then I get ready for stream. So and I love hanging out with you all. So okay, next up, we are into the community games. Let me get on some good community gaming music here. And I am going to throw out there that we take on some golf. Y'all know I'm golf crazy here. Ooh, okay, let's go DK. Let's go Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong remixes. This feels golfy. This feels golfy. Okay. Let me get the right stuff up here. Yeah, I think we got it all up. Okay.